Hey everyone, this is Tony Teaches Tech. I'm Tony, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Memcache on WordPress. We're going to use a plugin called W3 Total Cache to do this, and we're still going to have to install Memcached on the server unless you already have that installed. But let's go ahead and get on into the tutorial, show you guys what you have to do to set this up. And I do have my WordPress website running here. At this IP address. If you have a domain name, that's even better. What we're going to do is start off by logging into our server via SSH and installing Memcache. So as you can see here, we're at the IP address ending in 230, which matches up with the WordPress website. So let's log into that server and install Memcache. So we can do that with apt-get install Memcached. And this doesn't take long at all. It's just 739 kilobytes. And we can check that it's up and running with systemctl status memcached, and it's running. It is running on our local host at port 11211, which are both defaults for memcached out of the box. Now, for the backend, that's most of what we need here, but I just want to go through the process, show you what we're going to do on the WordPress side of things. So let's go to WordPress admin dashboard and go into plugins, add new. And in here, we want to search for the W3 Total Cache plugin. Now, this is a free plugin that we can install, which will help us connect our WordPress website to the Memcache backend. Let's go ahead and activate that. And in here, under the settings of the plugin, there's basically make sure you have general settings selected here. There's 3 different types of caching we can do for your WordPress website as far as Memcached is concerned. So the first one is page cache, okay? And you'll see that although we have Memcache installed, it's still not clickable yet. There's one other piece that we have to take care of before we can integrate it into WordPress. I'll do that in just a second, but let me just finish this thought here. You can enable Memcache for page caching, as well as minification right here. And then we can also enable it for database cache as well. So what is that other piece to the puzzle that we need? If we come back here to our server, we need to install one other application, one other program, I guess, apt-get install php-memcached. Okay, so you got to remember that WordPress runs off of PHP, and it needs that extra, I guess, connection to glue together, the PHP aspect, the WordPress aspect, and the Memcache aspect for everything to work together. So now if we go back into, let's restart the server just for good measure, because I think this might be necessary. So systemctl restart Apache 2. I'm using Apache. If you're running on Nginx, you can restart the Nginx server, but in this case, we're using Apache. So let's go back here, refresh this page, and we should be able to see that we can actually select Memcache now. So let's enable page cache and select Memcache for that, and save the settings and purge the cache. We'll do the same thing for minification. Memcached will enable minification and save the settings for that. And then down here at the bottom for database cache, we can enable that and click on Memcache, save settings per cache. Okay, so there are, before we proceed, there are advanced settings, I'll say, for each one of those. So we have page cache, minify, and database cache over here. So if we look at page cache, we can actually, here's some options to cache different types of your website. So we can cache the front page right now, which is by default, or you can cache your feeds, cache URIs with query string variables. I'm just going to keep the defaults for now. You can play around with whatever works for your WordPress website and your setup, but just want to make you guys know that these are all here. Cache period, you can prime the cache, update the cache at a certain interval. You can pick specific purge caching policies here, lots of different options. And then if you're if your Memcached is not running at the default 127.0.0.1 at port 11211, which we are doing that, you can specify that here too. So same thing applies for minification. You can configure that here, and then for database cache as well, you can specify that here. So lots of control over what's going on behind the scenes. But let's go ahead and actually do some tests to see the caching happening in real time. So one other tool that we can use to do that, this is completely optional. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So if we install apt-get, install, if I spell it right, install lib memcached tools, we'll get a program called memcdump, which is short for memcache dump. And with that, we can see what type of key value pairs we have in our cache. So if we do memcdump -- servers equals localhost, we'll see that we, right off the bat, we already have these 5 keys so far. And you can see W3 total cache is the prefix on all of them. But as we navigate around our website, we'll see this list of cache grow. So let's do that. Let's make this like half window or something like that, and make this a little bit smaller. So right now, again, we have some of that cache was already purged. So we just have two variables right now. So let's go to our website, and just by loading the home page, we should see that list grow, and we do. So we have we now have, we're caching the home page with all of these different, some of these might be database cache, minification cache, or page cache, I'm not sure. But as we go through the website, if we go to the sample page here, we'll see even more value, more caching happen. And yeah, I just thought that would be a cool thing to add in here. Whoops, that's not even part of our website. A cool thing to add here as far as understanding what's going on behind the scenes. So I think in that case, if you do actually want to see what these values are, like going even deeper under the hood, I do have a video about how to look at the key value pairs and give you a better understanding of what's actually happening here as far as Memcache is concerned. So check that out. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.